What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to the Weapon Collective. It's me again. I say that because I just released a video a couple hours ago on the new Staccato HD P4 and the HK MR556A4. So I did get a comment asking if I could show how to disassemble this. It is a little different because you see this and this, the ambi slide stops, makes it a little different than your normal 2011 disassembly. So I figured I would oblige and throw up a real quick little video on how to disassemble the new Staccato HD P4. So let's get into it. Okay, this is for a viewer that dropped in the comments that they wanted to see a disassembly of the new Staccato. So obviously take the mag out, make sure it's clear, and then as I was saying in the intro, this is a little different than your normal Staccato because it does have an ambi side slide stop, which is different. And those that are familiar, you have the takedown notch, the slide lock notch basically back here, and this is also the takedown notch. It doesn't have the little half moon back here. So I will show you as good as I possibly can that you got to slide this baby all the way back to here, and then you can pop this out. Wiggle it a bit. Everything's still really tight, so okay. So that comes out, and then it basically will just slide off. And then this is all different too. It doesn't have like Dawson recoilless or toolless recoil spring. This I found to be a little more problematic, is getting this thing back in. And then you pull this plug out of the front, and then your barrel will just slide right out. So that is a disassembled P4, and it is a little more difficult to put back together too. So bear with me. I've only done this one time, but it is interesting. Everything is pretty standard across all of my 2011 double stack 1911, and they all get taken down for the most part in a similar fashion. But okay, so you put that plug back in, and you slide this guy in, more like a Glock, but he's just not very tight, which I find odd. So I do like to kind of hold this spring down, personally, I found, because you want the recoil lug to be that way. Oh, you know what? I'm going to take this light off too. Makes it a little easier. Just can reach in there a little better. And then I hold this spring like this when I'm putting it back together, so I can give it a little tension there. And then you can slide that on. This part was a little weird. Okay, that slides on. And then all of you know, I think that this little lug up here, you have to make sure. It's impossible to show you, but if you look through this hole, that little recoil lug is in there. And then gotta line that up. And this one's not like a typical one where I can slide the barrel forward and get that lug lined up. So it's definitely different than the other platforms. And this one took a little finagling, but that's it. So I don't know how well you could see that, but there is some differences. And for those of you that aren't familiar, maybe I'll show you just a regular takedown of a staccato. So bear with me. Okay. So that was the HD, and this is just a staccato P. So make sure that baby's clear, and then you'll see the difference here of, see how this just has the one notch. And obviously this one, no slide lock lever over here, just has the other side of that slide lock lever on this side, but it has that same notch, and then there's a little teeny half moon right there, and that's what we're looking for. We're lining this half moon up with the top of that slide lever. So you get it right here, push on that side, and that pops right out, and then voila, that comes right off. And then this does have the Dawson Precision Toolless recoil spring, so you just press that. That locks on the edge. You can pull it out, flip the barrel down, and slide that right out. It's pretty dirty, needs a bath. But we will get to that in due time. I just tried to put that in like it was a Glock. And slide that back in there. Push up, that depresses, and then just rocks right back. Line it up. Get it on there. And then on these, to line that lug up, you can just kind of pull the barrel where you need it, which is nice. And then that's it. So much simpler on these guys than it was on the HD, but I wouldn't say it's difficult, it's just different. So that is disassembly for, look at my hands. The disassembly for the Staccato Hd P4. Okay, and that is it. That's the takedown disassembly for the Staccato Hd P4. Little different, but it's a different gun. So got to find a new way of doing things, which Staccato did. I think that's pretty cool. And hope that helps anybody. I don't think there's a ton of these out there yet, but this will live on the internet, I guess. So there's probably not many videos on doing that just yet. So hopefully this is helpful. And that is the takedown. I hope you enjoyed that little tidbit, and hopefully there's somebody out there that will be of use for. So please comment, like, share, and most importantly, subscribe. I'm Jeff for the Weapon Collective, reminding you, keep your weapons collected and keep collecting your weapons. I'll catch you next time.